1. All right, I'm back for Dust TS's ongoing coverage of the Blast TV Austin Major. I'm here at susp ahead of Stage 1. So to start, first American Major for you, first American Major for a lot of us. Coming off of your boot camp in Poland, how are you guys feeling about your level of preparation for the Austin Major?
I mean, we feel pretty good, I would say. We had a pretty productive boot camp, changed some roles. We worked very hard, long days. Like last time we went to the major, we had a really good boot camp. So I think we got pretty far ahead on the boot camp. We're ready.
Last time we saw Wildcard and LAN, you were at the Blast Rivals event, where we saw the squad, I believe, go 1-2 with a win over Pain and then losses to Vitality and Spirit. Of course, incredibly tough opponents, so, I don't think anyone would expect you to take down those teams, but you did make it look really competitive against them, which I think was really promising.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about your last LAN showing at the Blast Rivals?
I mean, against Pain, I think we played pretty well. I think against all these tier 2 teams that is on our level, we're most often beating them, but we're not on the level to beat or have a chance against Spirit, Vitality, and all those teams. There are some more steps far ahead of us, and I think it will take time, just time, practice, work, until we can try to compete with them.
With the team slotting into Stage 1 of the major, that means you're going to be taking on squads that are, at that tier 2, tier 3 level, your Pains of the world, your Legacy,
Yeah.
your, Chinggis Warriors, all of that. Do you think that's good for you guys to sort of be able to ease your way into the major rather than having to play against the big dogs right away?
I think it's always good to get warmed up, especially with these new monitors we're playing. So yeah, for sure, it's easier to come into the game if you start off with playing at these tier 2, tier 3 teams, and you build up your confidence. You also have some time to work on your mistakes, and you can still even win when you're doing mistakes. So I feel it's pretty good to start off in Stage 1, I would say, yeah.
Now, you've been working under Stanislav for a couple months, and in a recent interview with HLTV, you sort of talked about your relationship with him, almost as him being the team dad of the squad. Can you expand on that comment to HLTV? What's your working relationship like with Stan, and what's it been like as a leader? And more specifically, do you think he's changed at all now that he's been in tier 1, tier 2 longer?
I mean, for him coming here, before he was always competing for the trophies. I think now he had to take some steps back and work his way up again. He started at advanced North American level again when he came back. So of course it's gonna feel a little bit weird for him not competing for these trophies in the start, and he has to step by step build it back. I think we're doing pretty well on that. When we started this team, our first goal was just to make these lands, and then we placed legends in a major. So of course he has higher expectations for the team than the rest of us, but we just have to take it step by step.
And on a personal level, how has that relationship developed with him since you joined Wildcard, when they went international?
My personal relationship with Stanislav is very good, I would say. We're friends outside and inside the server. We go to the gym a lot together. I would say the whole team is it's a very good group of people, mixed characters, but still has kind of the same hobbies. So yeah, the personal level of the team, I feel is pretty good.
Now, looking at another personal relationship, something that's been a very hot topic ever since we had the opening matchup switch, is you're going to be facing your brother tomorrow in your opening best of 1. People have kind of beat that topic to death, so I wanted to ask you something slightly different. What's the mood like at home with your family? Is the family leaning one way or other? Is it a hard decision for them? Is it what's been the chatter at the household about this brotherly matchup?
I mean, we're not really talking too much about it. I haven't been home that much as well, so I just spent a week home max in the last 2 months or something. So I didn't really have time to talk with my parents about it. But it's it's joke around with family and friends. Now it's time to see who the best is, and of course there's a lot of trash talk between me and my brother. There's always gonna be, especially when it's your twin brother. It's even bigger. So yeah.
Did your mom send a text or anything that just I hope both of you have fun, or what's her words to both of you ahead of this this major first?
Of course they're messaging and saying that they're excited to see us play against each other. But it's hard for them as well. They cannot cheer for one of us; they have to cheer for both of us, and they cannot really share too much.
Yeah, definitely. And Final question for you. Something I was interested about in the way you and your brother's career trajectories have diverged is he seemed to be relatively committed to the Swedish scene, staying, for the most part, staying within that scenario, and now with Mnmzzz, whereas you were more of like a nomad. You kind of were playing with the international European squads. Now, of course, you're with a, NA mixed roster. Was that something intentional in your in your career path, and why do you think you ended up sort of diverging from your brother's choice of how you wanted to pursue Counter Strike?
I think like when I started, I still went to school when I was playing CS, and there was not like a lot of Swedish teams that were able to prac like later times or adapt to my school schedule. There was only like young ninjas at that time, and it didn't work out with them for me. So I kind of have to go like this way. I was playing with Mnmzzz until I first quit school for Serious Nation. So yeah, that was the reason. And then I just kept continuing playing with international players and international teams.
What about Adam? Why did he, what went differently for him that he decided to stay with Swedish teams? Was that something you guys ever talked about?
It's not really something we talked about. I think he just had like a better opportunity to do it because he could still be at the school and play with young ninjas because they were adapting to the school times. And then with Metizport it was the same. Like he could go to school at the same time he plays CS and practices on the evening. So he just had a better opportunity to do it.
Mm-hmm. All right, so with that, we'll see a really rare matchup tomorrow, as it's a brother versus brother, almost the civil war of Swedish Counter Strike. Thank you so much for your time. I'll let you get ready for that match against Metizport tomorrow. I know who we'll be rooting for, though.